Good morning, friends. It's Julie, and today we are doing our part two of the From Sourcing to Sold, doing postcards. And I forgot to tell you last time that I have made a playlist, so that's below. And when this series is done, then I'll link all the episodes together on each one. Right now, they're not all there, so just check out the playlist. What we're doing today is the second step after we have sourced it. Now we have to sort them out, see what we've got, and then figure out what we're going to do with them all. So let's get to it. Alright, so here's our pile of postcards that I have already removed from this album. And just a word about when you have these tabs here let's see here. Be careful when you're removing them. It can be fragile sometimes. So what I did was I took my letter opener. You can just use something that will slide under here, and then I easily pried it up. My opinion is okay to damage the album a little bit because these aren't really worth that much and they're very acidic. It's better to damage this than to damage your postcard. Okay, so here's what we got. And the first thing that I want to do is just to take them all out. What I like to do is sort them out by location first. And there might be a few locations here, and I also want to get them ready to list. So I've got these black tabs. Luckily, they're easy to take off. So this is where is this? Colorado. I'll put that over here. South Dakota. And here's another tab. California. So that comes before Colorado. If I had like a 1,000 lot here, I would have a box with tabs on them of states because it's easy just to stick them in a tab. Here I'm hoping that I won't need that much room. Here's another California. This is Montana and New Orleans. So Louisiana becomes LN. Minnesota. So let's see here. We are getting to the crunch point here already. Take these tabs off. So the reason why I sort them by location and type first is because that's the way I'm going to list them. It's just easier to list them. Oh, this is not coming off very well. So there's a little damage on there. But there was some there before, so it may not have been me. And I don't know. Should I take this one off? It's not going to the scanner's not going to like this too much either if I don't take it off. That one came off okay. All right, so this one is Washington State, so, okay. California. These oversized ones, I'm not sure if I'm going to list, so I'm going to put them aside. Another tab here. This, I believe, is, let's see, California. Another way you could do this, if they were all the same, is I would sort them by type. And like this one's a linen, and so that one, would be with the linens. This one has no location; it's just a non-topic. Oklahoma. I'm running out of space already. there's a couple of these that are not in great shape, and the tabs are hard to come off. And I think they're pretty common, and I'm going to right away set those aside just to put in my antique booth. And like this is just a part of one of those souvenir folders with a letter, and that'll go in the booth too. So just a few are directly not even going to be sorted and just go to the booth. So I got them sorted, and now I just put these topical ones all in the same pile. So I'm just gonna like go through right now. There's a couple comics, and then people, real photo postcard, another comic. So I'll just put them like that, and there's a ship. So I'm gonna do that and put them face down. All right, the next one that comes up is California. And since there's so many of these, I'm going to microsort those, and I'm going to get myself a little more room here. So we've got lithograph and chrome. I'm just going to go like this so I don't get them mixed up. And the other ones, chrome, 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 linen, linen. This one looks like it has that silvering on it, but I believe this is a, yeah, I think that's a chrome. It's different. It's kind of like this, but a little different. Lithograph. Here's a couple real photos. Oh, I have the tab on there. Chrome and chrome. Okay, so I'm going to put the real photos first because those are the ones that I want to list first, and then then we'll do the lithographs. These are not. I don't believe these are like the turn of the century lithographs, but I could be wrong. This is 1949, but I'm just going to go in order of generally when they get put in date order. And there's my linens, and here are my chromes. Okay, the next one is Colorado, and we've got some chromes and a white border and 2 linens. Then we've got just one for Chicago, Illinois. Then we've got a nice real photo here for Kansas. And then we've got a whole bunch of Louisiana. Oops. Right here. So let's sort them out again. We'll figure out, okay, linen, linen, and a linen. Here's a, I don't know, this one doesn't seem like a chrome, but the back looks like that error. I don't know. Do you know what this is? It's not quite the shiny chrome. I'm just going to call it a divided back because I'm not really sure. This is a chrome. This again, linens. And if you can see the texture on the linen. This one is a chrome. And a couple more linens. So we'll just divided backs, linens, and chromes. Okay, the next one is pretty easy. There's just 2 of them. Put the photo first, and then the, what do you call it, chrome? I just said the words how many times? Okay, here again, we've got chrome, linen. Here's a postal card. We'll put it over there. Some divided, is that a divided back? Yeah. This one is a chrome because you see that got that shine to it. Another chrome, chrome, chrome. Let's see here. And this one is still a chrome and a linen. So the earliest one first, or an era. And then this one, the linens and the chromes. All right. Now we've got just one for Montana. And I've got so many of these in my shop. And this one has writing on it, so, and there's only one, so I'm just going to put this in my antique booth. Okay, so this one, there's 2 linens, that's fine. Here are 2 divided backs. The next state, we have one of each. We've got a divided back, a linen, and a chrome. Another linen. We've got linen and chrome. You can kind of tell the era that these people collected. Here is the Mormon Tabernacle in Utah. There's so many of these that, and it's a linen, not really worth much. There's only one, so the effort to list this is like, I'm going to put that in my booth. Because I already have a lot of the Tabernacle stuff up. Okay, now we've got some linen, or not linen, some chromes. And there. I might end up putting these in my booth too, but I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt for this time. Then I've got Wisconsin, so they're all linen, so that'll be easy. And then I have got 2 internationals. This one's bent up, so I'm going to put that in my booth. This one's a real photo, so I will put that. I will try to list that one. Oh, and there is one of the tabs there. I hope I didn't miss any of those. Okay, so the next thing that we do, okay, I'm going to throw away these here, scan these. These are all the ones that I'm probably going to put in my booth. I don't know yet if I'm going to put these in my put these online or not, because there's a few of these large ones I think I showed you, and there's a couple more in the album that I haven't taken out yet, but maybe I'll put this one in, I don't know, but I'm just, they're different sizes, so I'm gonna set this aside for later. These for sure are going into the booth, but actually, you know, since I'm scanning, I might as well scan these, so let's just do that. I'm finding that if you pull the back off, sometimes the front is easy to come. We'll see. If these don't come off well, then, and I can't scan them, then they're definitely just going in my antique booth. Actually, yeah, these are glued on pretty well. We'll see how that goes through the scanner. I don't know why they are glued on. Like, you can't remove some of these. Again, we'll sort them into eras, and we'll scan those last. All right. Pull the cord. USB. I would like, you know, if I get another one, I would like to do a wireless one. So I'm going to make a new folder on my laptop, and we'll call it Antique Booth Album. How about that? Okay, and there we go. So we have the scanner here. I'll just pull this into the view. Oh, turn this on. Pull this out. Okay, so then we flip them so they're upside down. Adjust that and hit the start button. Turn that so you don't have the glare. And this is the Epson ES402. All right, this goes pretty fast. Out. Keep them in order. If we're lucky, we'll get a jam so then you can see how that affects things. So when I started, I used the flatbed scanner because the pictures came quite clear and flat. They were actually very good photos. But it was such a pain because I could only do like 2 or 3 at a time, and I had to put backgrounds behind it or it would cut off part of the postcard. So, and can you imagine, I mean, how much longer that takes than this? Because this is just like, you know, minutes for all this whole pile. This would have taken me a few hours with the flatbed scanner. I know some people will use their phones, which works too. This has been a game changer for me. We are almost done, and I'm going to see if I can Oh, they don't quite fit. Okay. I'm going to put them in sideways. Okay, so here they are. If you can tilt that for you. So we're going to go next and save. And then I've made that folder. So then it is, let's see, what was Antique Booth Album? And then select that folder, save. Okay, now for this, I'm going to put that down. Now we have to wait for this to process all those cards. So this is the thing that takes the longest with scanning, is for the cards, for the computer to process. If you have a faster computer, maybe it will not take as long. Okay, so it's just about done processing, and after it does, then it kind of does this blinky thing and brings up your whole folder, and then it processes and shows you all of the images. We have all of our images in there. We just have these left to go. So I'm going to move these over. These guys were in the way. And then I have the tray out a little bit. I have this down because I don't want them to catch because they're longer. And let's see how that goes. So far, so good. Alright, so I did scan with the weird corners. Okay. So, those are scanned. And yeah, these are all sideways, but I'm not going to worry about that right now because I can always, adjust them later too. Okay, so let's do next. And it's because that's the last folder we use, that's what it brings up, so we'll just hit save. While it's processing, do not turn off your Epson. I know sometimes I catch myself almost doing it while it's processing because I'm done, but the computer's not. Okay, so then it just added those on there. Good. All right, so we're done with this guy. So I'm going to turn him off. And push the door in, close the lid. You always want to keep the dust out. And push him back in his spot. Okay, we're done with the scanning. So pretty slick, pretty easy to do. This is why I like postcards and I like to put things through my scanner because all I have to do is run it through and then I have the front and back because I have it set up to do front and back even though it doesn't detect anything on the back. There's a couple scanner settings I want to talk to you about. So somebody asked me about my scanner settings and I don't put a background on it because I mentioned before a white background makes white borders look like they're bigger. The black background looks like it has a black border. I wish there was another color like a gray or something, but they just don't have it. I had to turn my scanner back on to my settings, so just a second here. It's set for double-sided and auto detect. Document size is auto detect. I don't put a strict size because I can be scanning standard and continental. I don't want to keep going back and forth. It seems to do fine with auto detect. Image type is color. My resolution is 600. When I first started, I did 400, and 400 was not enough because if I was cropping anything, like if I wanted to crop in the like a postmark or something, or as part of the postcard, then sometimes I would get an error message on eBay saying the image is too small. So I upped it to 600 and it seems to be fine. And then you can still have that little zoomy thing, when you're looking at images on eBay. My stitch images is off, but might be something to try sometime but if I rarely use it. And then if I want to do front and back, then I have to crop the front and crop the back, so whatever. But then I guess you could just do one image too. So would you just do the stitch image? It's when you would excuse me. So if this was one postcard, it would stitch the front and the back together like that in one image. So maybe I'll experiment with that. I just haven't. The settings work for me. No rotate. Let's see here. Correct document. I have paper skew on. skip blank pages is off. That was something that I really needed to figure out, because sometimes it was like real photo postcards like this. A lot of times there's nothing on it, so it would think there was nothing there, and it wouldn't scan. And even though you can't really see much on it, it's good to have the back, because sometimes you can see a little bit. Let's see here. Detect double feed is on. I do have that is a good one. And then advanced settings. Remove background. Let's see what do I have for advanced. I might change some of the image settings, but I might play around with it. But I pretty much left that on. No edge fill. It's pretty much standard settings, so that's what I have my scanner settings on. Let me know what you do, if there's anything different that you found out with your scanner. Whatever, if you have there's another brand scanner that does well too. I really like Epson's. We've always liked the Epson's, and I think that's what our flatbed is too. So they just do a really good image quality. So it turned out in that file folder that I moved them all to, there's 172 files, which front and back means there's 86 images. So I'm 86 postcards total. So my cost of the postcard album was $45. Of the postcards that I've set aside for putting on eBay, the average cost now is 53 cents. Before it was like 40 some cents, because I took some out. Some of these may not go all on eBay, because when I start to list them, I might think, oh, those aren't worth anything, or there's too many of these, or this really isn't worse shape than I thought. The price per item might go up, but then I put them in my booth. So about at 53 cents each, I still think we're doing pretty good. We have some interesting postcards, and if I had just, say it costs me like $1 to list and ship, so if I sold each one at $1.50, I'd be breaking even. I do not do that though, because there's also other costs to businesses too. If we double that and say let's list a minimum for $3 each, then I am going to be making a little profit, like maybe $1 or $1.50 profit on it, and of each. So yeah, so $3 will be the minimum price, which is usually what I do anyways. I don't really like to go under 3, even though sometimes you see me go under 3 because of an offer or something else. But anyways, $3 is going to be our minimum. If I don't think I can get $3 for it, it goes in the antique booth. So let me know what you think about this, about the sorting and the scanning. Do you do it differently? Do you have tips? Did you like how I do it? I know it's a small stack. It's not like, sometimes I wonder if I should do, I've been thinking about getting another 1,000 lot of postcards. But so this is just a smaller lot, just 86 postcards. This will probably take me, just a few days to list if I just go gangbusters. But I'm going to be taking you along on the ride with me, so it'll take a little longer to list, but that's okay, because that's just part of showing you how I'm doing. And I love to learn from you too. So please do tell me how you sort and how you process your postcards. Do you do it in a different order? I know some people will do the research before they sort them all out. I don't know. So I don't do my research till I list. Anyways, so let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week when we start to list them. And have a joyful day. Goodbye.
Ooh, 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 ooh.